Good evening students, welcome to Basic Electrical Lectures, and today we are in the last lecture of module 3. It is having two parts. First part is transformer and then second part is domestic wiring. So we are in the last lecture of module 3. So it is class number 18. So today we are going to learn what is electric shock, what to do if a person or when a person get electric shock, and how to prevent against shock. Okay, how to avoid the shock. So all these things we are going to learn in detail. So now after watching the video, I request all the subscribers and I request the public to give like, okay, after watching the video, okay, and later share and also tell your friends to subscribe the channel. Okay, let's start. What is electric shock? Okay, when a person, okay, if he touches the live wire of the supply, when he touches the live wire of the supply, then he or she or that person will get shock. Okay, so the shock may be a mild shock or severe shock. Anything can happen. A mild shock will going to produce nervousness, and however the severe shock may produce or may lead to unconsciousness, and finally that person can have a death. Okay, so this shock, electric shock, will happen by knowing or by accidentally. Suppose if accidentally if a person get in contact with the live wire, then the current will pass through the body and then to the earth. But generally the maximum current that a person can withstand up to 30 milliampere. That too if a current is passing only for shorter duration, let me say around 25 milliseconds, only for that much shorter duration a person can withstand maximum 30 milliampere current only. Okay, however if the current passes for a long duration, okay, it adversely affect the nervousness system, the heart, and also the respiratory system, and later the muscular functions of the entire body will get paralyzed, and stoppage of breathing, and ultimately shivarpanamastu. Okay, finally death. So generally that current passing through the body during electric shock, okay, depends on how much voltage and what is the resistance of that resistance of the body of a person. So based on that the current will going to flow through the body. Okay, so if the body is wet body will have lesser body resistance, so wet body will get more shock, and moisture body is having a body resistance of around 5 kilo ohms, and that get less shock compared to wet body. Okay, and another is dry body. The dry body resistance is very high, around 100 kilo ohms, and that dry body resistance person will get less shock compared to wet body resistance and moisture. Okay, if the body is moisture, so like that. So ultimately the severity of electrical shock depends on certain factors. Okay, I will list out the factors generally. First factor is the magnitude of current passing through the body. How much current is passes through the body? Based on that factor, electric shock may be less or medium or very high, and that too depends on body resistance. And secondly, how much time the current is passing through that body of a person. Okay, that also major factor to getting electric shock. And then the path of current passing through the body. Okay, the path of current flows through the body, that also depends. And then frequency of the current, and ultimately the physical and psychological condition of a person. So that also plays an important role. If the person is already in some health issues, okay, so current will that is also a major factor. The severity of shock passing effects on the victim or a person. So next, this and all about electric shock. Okay, what is important? You should remember the factors. Okay, electric shock may be mild or severe, depends on those factors. What is the magnitude of current? Okay, like that. So, and then what to do when a person gets an electric shock? Okay, so this is very important. So don't leave him. Let him get shock. Okay, let him die. Don't do like that. So it is a humanity. So we should save the person. Okay, we should try our best. Okay, to prevent against the electric shock. So what to do when a person gets electric shock? I can say some points. It is a general topic. What you will do when a person gets shocked. So what pops up in your mind, that you can write. But don't write, I will leave him alone, I will run away. Don't write such things. Okay, you should think positively to save that person. But at present, positive is danger. Okay, but try to do good things for a person when he is having electric shock. First, what you should do means tension togobedi. Don't get tension. Okay, do not get panic. That is the first point. So secondly, if a person is in contact with the supply, okay, don't go and touch him. Don't touch the person in contact with the supply with your bare hands. Don't touch. Okay. And next, what you should do is you should switch off the supply immediately. Okay. And there may be a possible conditions you are unable to switch off the supply immediately. Under such conditions, you search a non-conducting object. Okay. That is a wooden rod of bat or broom or chair, and finally the rubber mat. Using all this non-conducting object, okay, don't take the bat, rubber bat, okay, wooden bat. Don't hit the victim. Don't hit it. Using that wooden bat, you touch the victim and push him so that he should get away from the contact of the electric supply. Don't beat him. If you beat him, he will be still in contact with the supply. Okay, push him so that the victim should get away from the contact of the electric supply. Okay, and taking chair, don't take the chair and hit him. Don't hit him. Just push him. Okay, so that the victim will be away from the contact of the supply. And once the victim is free, you check the breathing, okay, and the pulse rate of that person who get electric shock. And suppose if the pulse rate is lower and dangerously less, dangerously the breathing rate is lesser means, then you should start artificial breathing. Okay, and then if a person getting wounded, and due to electric flashes, we should do the particular person with sterilized dressing, that is called first aid. Do first aid for the victim, okay, in a proper way. And when the victim is in unconscious mode, okay, don't give anything to drink. Okay, so don't give anything to drink for a person who get electric shock and he is in unconscious mode. Okay, this is very, very important. And finally, these are the things you should do when a person get electric shock. Ultimately, you should save that person. You should try your best. Okay, rest God will take care. Okay, next is prevention against electric shock. And some seniors and experts will say, this is a common saying word, that is, prevention is better than cure. Okay, so if a person gets shocked, how he will get shocked? Okay, he touches the live wire directly. Okay, due to lack of technical skills, so he don't know supply is there or not. He touches, he gets shocked. Leakage current is there that passes through the body. So we should avoid all such things. So that is the many will say prevention is better than cure. So I will list out some points when you are doing electrical installations. Okay, you should take care about the following points to prevent against electric shock. Okay, some points I will tell. So that is, first one will be, all the metallic parts of the electrical equipments should be earthed properly. Okay, this is the correct one major point. And if any broken switches or plugs are there, we should replace them immediately. Switches should be in good condition. Okay, broken switches, if a person touches the switch, if the switch is broken, so I have some leakage current, the person will get shocked. Okay, so if any such switches and plugs are available, you should replace them immediately. That is broken switches and plugs. Then don't touch the phase and the neutral directly. Don't touch different terminals at a time. Okay, don't touch. Okay, don't touch like that. You will get a good effect. Okay, so the shocking will be the severe also. And then while doing maintenance work, okay, you use a proper tester and whatever the tools you are using, like a screwdriver, cutting plier, and all such tools should have insulated tools. Okay, for example, you're holding screwdriver, that holding part should be insulated. Okay, got it? Like the cutting plier, whatever the cutting plier you are holding, the entire part should be covered with rubber, that is insulation. You should use insulated tools. Okay, got it? And then use proper rating of the fuse. And when you're doing electrical work or a maintenance, okay, use a rubber ladder, okay, in order to do some higher works. Suppose if you're climbing a tower, the electrician, while climbing the electric tower or electric pole, that person should use rubber mat. And it is always better to take some assistant when doing such maintenance and repair works, okay, regarding electrical supply. Okay, so, and we should use rubber shoes when we are using when you are working on substations or high voltage supply. So like that. So whenever fire hazards happens, okay, don't throw water on the contacts. Okay, don't throw water on the live wire, live conductors. Use soda acid. Okay, throw soda acid powder wherever electric fire happens. Okay, got it? So like that, several we can write in detail. So if they ask that such questions in exam, you can list it out in general. Okay, got it? So then by this the module 3 will be completed. So it is general topic. That's why I explained orally. Okay, once you listen it in one stretch, so you can write your own points in exam. Okay, so whatever I said, you need not to write the same thing in exam. You can write the own methods. Okay, whatever you have studied, because exam is a real time. Whatever you have studied, whatever that time it comes in your mind, you are going to write that. Okay, so for that you are prepared well before going for exam. So general things will becomes more in real time exam. Okay, instead of whatever you studied, the entire definitions as it is won't come in exam. At that moment, what you think generally, okay, your natural ability will come and give ideas at that moment. Okay, so partially, almost 70 to 80% partially will write what they studied exactly, and 30% students will write totally differently. They study something, they will write something. So that is different. Leave it. Okay, guys, please give like to our videos and share my video lectures and tell your friends to subscribe the channel. Okay, your support is much more welcome for upcoming videos. After completing the basic electrical project lectures, I will start on basic electronics subject. Okay, I will uploading basic electronics later after completing this entire basic electrical. portions as per VTU syllabus. And other university students, if whatever the content I am explaining, if that content is there in your syllabus, you can watch it. Okay. So got it? This video lecture is specifically made it for VTU students. Okay, VTU autonomous and affiliated students. Okay. Okay guys, have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. Meet you on next lecture, module 4. Module 4 I covered generators. I will start from motors onwards. Okay. So all videos will going to upload soon now onwards. So have a nice day once again. Take care. Bye bye.